Hi, my name is Karitha. I came from India in a Hindu family. I was born and raised in a Hindu family. As a young child, I know Christ because my mom believed in Jesus Christ when I was small. So I heard about God, I know about God, and I used to go to Sunday school as a child. And I am married into a Hindu family. Did not know God personally when I was a teenager, so just followed my father, who is not in Christ yet. So just married into a Hindu family, and I came to United States like 15 years ago. There was emptiness in my life all these years, like last 10 to 12 years, I would say. Then there's a lot of emptiness. I used to search for a fellowship and church, did not find one. I'm always afraid of stepping out of my boundaries and going and finding Christ. So one summer, I got to know about a Telugu fellowship, and then I started going to that church. And ever since, my life has changed because I experienced a tremendous joy when I started worshiping God in my native language. And then I realized that there is something that God's telling me, or there is something that I am getting attracted to, or there is something that I'm finding in my heart when I'm especially worshiping God, is when I started realizing Christ. Ever since I started going to these fellowships with my two children, at that time my husband did not believe in Christ. For 4 years, I think, I've been going to Bethel Church and TCFMN. My life has changed. All I started believing in is one verse that caught my mind, which is Matthew 9:22. I would like to say it in Telugu because I remember in Telugu. నీ విశ్వాసము నిన్ను బాగు చేస్తుంది is the verse. It means that your belief is going to heal you. So this verse was stuck in my mind like 5 years ago, and I felt, okay, if this Christ is real, if Bible is real, and if this verse is real, let me see miracles in my life, because I'm going to believe. Without hesitation, I'm going to believe. I have the same verse on my desk at work since 7 years, almost 5 to 7 years now. And every single day I look at that verse, which made me come so close to God. And I feel that God has a great purpose in my life. And last year, by God's grace, my husband, who is born in a typical Hindu family and who is also a very strong, adamant personality, because he is born and surrounded by Hindus and strong believer of Hinduism and traditions and superstitions that come from our culture. He never used to believe in Christianity. He used to think it's a very below his dignity to even think about Christianity, but he would not stop me from going to the service or my worship. He never stopped me. That kind of made me feel that someday maybe God has a purpose in his life too, but I never really paid attention or prayed about him, because I was always worried about myself, trying to grow in God and trying to understand his love, and wanted to completely know what he's trying to tell me, because I used to have this great passion, or tears used to roll down every service, every worship, every song that I sing. There is a pain in my heart that I could not express to anyone. Even to this day, my son is so embarrassed of me crying all the time, because whenever I sing or whenever someone asks me to sing a song, I end up in tears, not completing the song. So he says, Mom, what's wrong? You just have to stop and quit crying. He goes saying those words to me. I hope he understands one day why his mom cries. And that's my prayer too, to now how my husband understood what passion I got in my heart, like since 1 year, something happened in my family, personal life, that made him change, and that made him see me as a different person, and that made him realize that I am different than any other person, and that's because of Christ. Because I told him, if I am a normal Karitha in Hindu, as a Hindu person, I would not have done what I did for him. So that one example, that Christ-like attitude, I did not even realize that I had. I showed with one action. I think he saw that in me, that Christ forgiveness, Christ-like forgiveness in me, and that action has changed his life. And ever since, he started joining me in every single prayer, and every single night we have a family prayer, and every worship, every Bible study, every Sunday service, every Telugu cottage prayer meeting, all the services. Now we feel the Christ is not a tradition for us, it's a privilege for us. Every minute, every opportunity that we get, we want to acknowledge that he is in us, and we want to show that light in us to others. And still we don't know much about Christ, or we don't know more about Bible stories or anything, but we are slowly walking towards him to understand. And my prayer is my children also see these actions in me, the Christ-like, or the passion, or why I am crying. I hope my son doesn't ask me the question and understand in future.